very first tutorial regarding the execution plan, index seek and index scan. So we have a table called employee. As you can see, we have below mentioned data. We have employee ID, employee name, age and location. First of all, I would like to throw some light on what execution plan is. Execution plan is basically the graphical representation of how SQL engine is executing a particular query. For example, in front of you, this is the basic execution plan of this query. Currently, what SQL engine is performing, it is scanning the whole table for the data, as it hasn't found any index on it. So let's have a look at the schema of this table. So we can see that we have created an index. It's a non-clustered index on EMP ID. So in our this query, we haven't performed any search on this keyed column. That's why it has shown us table scan. So what we'll first do, first we'll drop this index. Again the same execution plan. Now we'll again create an index. This time I'm going to create a clustered index. And I'm going to create this index on EMP ID column. I missed the right parenthesis over here. So I'll just add it and now I'll execute this query. So now this index has been created over this table at this particular column. This has been created. Now I'll just make a small change and apply a where clause over EMP ID where EMP ID is greater than 100. So now if we now look at the execution plan, this time it has performed an index change. Reason being, while performing this query, when SQL engine had performed a search for a suitable index, then it has found that particular column EMP ID and it has chosen the underscore ix underscore frame clustered index, and we have created the primary key over this column. So it has performed the index scheme, index seek, which is the best one. Now I'll create a non-clustered index. Let's see what happens. Now I'll amend this query a little bit. Suppose age is greater than 10 and I'm selecting age and name columns. Now again let me drop this index. Now let's have a look at the execution plan of this query. Sorry, this column I guess is not there in the table. Let me see its structure. Okay, so we have EMP name. Now let's have a look at its execution plan. Again a table scan, reason being we have dropped this particular key. Now I'll create a non-cluster index over these columns. Now I'll create index on age. Let's see what happens. So I created this index. Now let me again execute this query. Again it has performed a table scan. Let's have a look at the structure of this table. So we have an index over this column, but in our search we are also including this column EMP name. So while execution SQL engine when search for a suitable index, it has found an index, but it does not cover in all those columns those are included in the query. So I'll add this column in my index EMP name. Again I'll drop this index. Let me drop this and again recreate this. Okay, it has shown an exception. Basically the warning that maximum key length is 900 bytes. So let's see whether it has created or not. Yeah, it has created this index as that was only a warning. Again let's have a look at the execution plan. Now again we have obtained index seek, as this time when SQL engine searched for the index it has found an index called underscore ih underscore print, which is covering all the columns that are included in this query. That is why this time we are obtaining index seek. So these are the different components like index seek, index scan, table scan that I have shown in this video tutorial. In our next videos, I'll throw more lights and I'll try to elaborate different concepts over performance tuning. Till then, thank you. Bye bye.